Line up, you fucking nerds. Who wants a shot at the champ?
They bring the heat.
Francis Ngannou was the hardest puncher in the history of fighting.
They bring the knowledge.
If you think this fight is going 5 rounds, you are out of your mind.
They bring you the picks.
The dog is getting it done in this one.
We deliver every single week. We're bringing the heat, ladies and gentlemen.
The Moneyline.
Don't miss it on the MMA Experts channel each week. The Moneyline. We are live, a late night Monday show. Looking forward to talking some UFC Vegas 100. I am AJ, joined as always by my guy, Mike Finch. What's up, dog?
AJ and I are here at 8:41 p.m. Pacific time because we're talking politics, folks. It's election night tomorrow. Get your asses out there and vote if you're in the United States of America. And if you're not, I know you're still entertained. I know you still love this shit. Enjoy yourself Tuesday night. I got news for y'all. There won't be no fucking winner Tuesday night because we don't have election day anymore in America. We have election season, okay? You got the winter, the spring, the summer, the fall. The election season you could add as the 5th season. Who knows when we'll have the fucking winner, but wouldn't it be nice if they did it in one day? AJ, you already voted, right?
Absolutely, my friend.
So I'm going tomorrow.
Good.
It's recommended, folks. Your civic duty. Go get out there tomorrow.
Agreed. X Stacks. You see this guy dropping a nice dono? Look at him.
Oh, I just away.
Blocked you. My fault. Monday nights with the dogs. Thanks for the insight, fellas. X Stacks. Thank you for being a dog.
Let's go, X Stacks.
We appreciate you. We got a birthday in chat. Mike Hawk. He says it's his birthday, and he wanted us to wish him a happy birthday. So, Mike Hawk. I'm gonna emphasize the hawk on that because I feel like that's a fucking troll. It's like if you say it too quick. Happy birthday, Mike.
Happy birthday, Mike Hawk. All right. You and John Bolton, you're the Hawks out here. Happy birthday to you. I'll cheers with my Mike Finch show glass just for you.
This is the AJ DeVito unsponsored glass. We're waiting for the Zyn pouch sponsorship, and then we get it. What I want a Zyn sponsorship, Finch. I'm gonna reach out to them. I think that'd be really cool.
I mean, that would be epic for sure. Everybody's doing it. Is that what Tucker Carlson's sitting there eating when he's on stage? Is that
Tucker, Joe Rogan? You know
really?
Who else? Dude, Alex Pereira. Yeah.
What the
Everybody's
fuck?
zinning. Everybody's zinning these days.
Everybody's zinning.
Everybody's ins.
All right, except for me. All right, I'll be when I was in high school, everybody wore those skater shoes with the flat bottoms and the fat tongues on top, except for me. Okay, I don't do trends. All right, so y'all can zin it up. I'm gonna go my own way.
Listen, we'll get you on a Zyn if we go to an event. I'm forcing you to take one.
I will try one.
Yeah, you probably like it though. It's a very mild. I get the 3s. I was rocking with the 6 at one point. I'd be doing streams. I'd be getting lightheaded, bro. I feel like I'm gonna puke sometimes. The 3 is chill though. 3 is good.
All right. Well, I've had a total of 0, so we'll see what you got when I meet you, AJ. You know, me and AJ, we need to do this show live sometime. We're
gonna do it eventually, bro.
Live, fucking Moneyline in the flesh. That's cool. Happening.
That's gonna be good. Maybe like 2025, 2026, bro. Definitely when the channel hits 100K, it'll happen.
I'm coming to Florida at some point here.
Dude, come through, man. You can come have a day.
Hurricane's over. Is it okay?
It's hurricane season's over now, so you should come. Don't come in October because it's annoing. Because every other week we got one. So after
annoying,
October,
life threatening, dog. Annoying. Holy, I'm gonna be like fucking Wizard of Oz and shit. The cows flying.
No, that happens. It's not a joke, man.
Yeah, so that'd be more than annoying. Fuck. But yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been to Florida plenty. My dad lived not too far from Fort Lauderdale.
Nice.
Been to Miami multiple times. Been to the Keys.
Listen, if you're anywhere around Florida, I gladly make the drive over because,
cool.
4 hours.
Y'all heard it here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all heard? I'm gonna make his ass drive to Jacksonville or some shit.
That's fine. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Not bad. I can do it.
Cool. All right.
Listen, we're gonna quickly touch on the main event for UFC Edmonton, and then we're gonna get into the picks because I know everybody's waiting for Vegas 100. So, the main event of last weekend, UFC Edmonton, Brandon Moreno, Amir Albazi. I think this was a really good performance from Brandon Moreno. He looked
No
prime
doubt.
form as ever. I'll be honest, like leading up to the fight, there was conspiracies out that maybe Moreno's not in it anymore. There was a picture floating around that I saw. He had like love handles, but I think it was just really bad lighting, a bad angle, and not leading up to fight week, because he showed up on the scale looking good, and that boosted my confidence. And he gave Albazi, I feel like, essentially like a, top caliber lesson, right? It showed that Albazi's a little bit of a step down from the elite guys in the world. I thought he won essentially every round. Albazi's tough because he ate a lot of big shots, even, kicks up high, punches down the line. His eye gets swollen shut. He took a lot of damage and he sat in there. But you know what? I got to tell you, bro, Amir Albazi is a bit robotic with his striking. It's very simplistic striking. He doesn't seem to have much versatility to his attack. Like when things aren't going his way, he couldn't really find any way to win. Like there was no backup game plan. Like Albazi, something about him that I think he normally has in fights is a physicality and wrestling advantage, right? And threatening with that, he's able to unload strikes more, like he knocked out Alessandro Costa and such. But in this fight here, he was at a disadvantage in speed too. But on top of that, he didn't have an offensive wrestling threat that was very substantial. And Moreno was able to just volume strike him, touch him up with clean shots, outbox him / kickbox him essentially from all ranges. And Albazi didn't really have an answer. I just felt like Moreno's a guy that moves in all angles. Albazi is kind of like straight, backwards, left, right. And I think, I don't know, he's just not versatile enough. It's something it's definitely going to hold him back from the elites. I got to say, I have maybe a bit of a theory that potentially the reason he lacks agility, like with his lateral movement in certain areas, is because of the spinal injuries. So he might not have the same mobility side to side, not super quick footed. And I think that's something that'll hold him back against the best guys.
Well, that's interesting because that's my theory about Yoel Romero. My hypothesis is because I sat, like I told you guys before, I sat behind him in the Bellator truck and I'm looking at his fucking neck and his head. His neck is bigger than his fucking head. And it's like a mountain. And there's a scar running down the center. And I'm like, is that why he doesn't wrestle anymore? I'm like, is that why? Is because something's going on there with his neck, with his spine. So if that's the case, that's interesting because I didn't expect Amir Albazi to outstrike Brandon Moreno. I picked Brandon Moreno.
Yeah.
But I thought at least he'd take him down. Like he wasn't even really wrestling. He wasn't trying hard to wrestle like I expected he would. So, I avoided that fight. When I give out my bets, I'm trying to give out my most confident. And I avoided that one because of the wrestling of Albazi. He left the wrestling in Iraq. I mean, he left it over there. I don't know what was going on. So he did not bring the takedown onslaught that was necessary to deal with a very high cardio, very experienced, very smooth striker in Brandon Moreno. No question, Brandon Moreno looked good. Assassin Baby was out there pitching a really, really nice game. He was very settled into his striking this time. I really thought like he found a groove. He found his timing. He was using his speed, as you pointed out. But none of that surprised me. What surprised me was Amir Albazi just kind of accepting that. So, somebody in his camp, has to tell this dude he needs to rest up until he could wrestle or maybe stop doing this because it was bizarre the way he just accepted losing a decision to Brandon Moreno. I mean, even at the end of the fight, he's like, they're pointing at the ground, right? And it was like, dude, you're way behind. I feel like Brandon Moreno it was always going to outstrike Amir Albazi. Amir Albazi needed to wrestle.
I agree with that. Interesting game plan. Albazi, who knows exactly what's going on, right, with the neck and whatnot. I think for Moreno, he's in a weird position because he has 3 losses, 1 unofficially, but still 3 L's to the current champ, Pantoja. So I think his championship potential at this weight class is really going to be determined by who wins. Like if Kaya Skura ends up beating Pantoja, Moreno is now right back in the mix. Even, if Brandon Royval were to beat a Pantoja in a weird trilogy where he's down 2-0, it's just odd that the top 2 contenders in the weight class, being Moreno and being Brandon Royval, both have, multiple losses to the current champ, which makes it hard sells, like, having a fourth fight with Moreno and having a third fight with Royval. It doesn't really move the needle. But if Kowalkiewicz becomes champ, Royval or Moreno in the title picture again is extremely compelling. So very interesting spot this flyweight division is in, as well as some really exciting contenders, like Asu Almabayev, who's on the come up, Ramazan Temirov, who recently burst onto the scene. Obviously, Tatsuro Taira still in the mix. I think after this fight, it's not a crazy assumption that the UFC would at least consider doing Moreno versus Taira. I think that's a pretty cool fight. I think it makes some sense. I know Taira, coming off of the loss and Moreno coming off the win, but split decision loss to Brandon Royval on both sides for Moreno and for Taira, and both of them seemingly at least one fight away from being back in consideration for a title shot. I think them facing off against each other is a compelling fight. And then for Albazi, I mean, either the likes of like an Alex Perez or maybe an Asu Almabayev could be next, depending on his timeline of return.
Makes sense to me. You got me pulling. I always got to remember when I'm doing a show with AJ, pull up the motherfucking rankings. We're talking rankings. Yeah, I mean, Kai Kara France, Tatsuro Taira. The rankings right now, Royval at number 1.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
He looked really good against Tatsuro Taira. That's fun, I guess. Brandon Moreno at 2, Amir Albazi at 3, Kai Kara France at 4. Kai Kara France coming off that big dub against Ersig's fun. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting up there. I think they got to keep mixing it up. Just keep the champ active, though. Does Pantoja have a fight, you said?
Pantoja's fighting Kowalkiewicz at 310, which is it's currently the main event.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's a crazy one, right? Just immediate title shot. That's a bizarre one.
There's a lot of confidence in Kowalkiewicz' ability, at least to sell. He's got 2 million subscribers on YouTube, bro. He's a star in Japan.
All right.
And I think they're trying to build that Japanese market. And in some perfect world, Taira getting a title fight versus Kowalkiewicz in Japan is one of the biggest pay-per-views they could potentially do in that country. So I don't know. I think there's some crazy opportunities. I really got to tell you, flyweight 2024 is as good as ever, with some serious contenders on the come up and some prospects that you really got to watch. So
you think Prime Mighty Mouse has trouble with these guys?
I think Prime Mighty Mouse still defends. I think he still holds the throne.
I think so.
Prime Mighty Mouse is so far ahead. I don't know. Though. We'll see. Kowalkiewicz is an interesting guy, though. If Kowalkiewicz maybe could go out and knock out a Pantoja, then the argument could come in. But as of right now, I still think Mighty Mouse is by far the GOAT of flyweight. I think he's too well versed for Pantoja. I would assume he'd beat him on a decision, 49-46 probably.
I think Mighty Mouse is, I heard Trump asked Joe Rogan who the greatest of all time was. He still dropped Mighty Mouse in there, which is nice. I mean, Mighty Mouse has lost to Henry Cejudo. He's had his hiccups.
I thought he won that fight though. I thought he got robbed. I think
he won that fight.
No, I'd have to go back and rewatch.
Henry Cejudo with that inside trip, dude.
Yeah, those are nice.
Which is so perfect for him. It's so he taught it to all the guys at King's MMA, and it's just like Henry hits it better than anybody because he's this little fucking fire hydrant of a guy. He just hits that inside. Him level changing is so easy, You see Kelvin Gastelum trying to do it, and like Fabricio Verdum's 6'4". He's trying to do it. And he hit Mighty Mouse with that inside trip. Perfect. So I gave him that fight, AJ.
All right, fair point.
Give Henry Cejudo his fucking flowers. Give him his flowers. He beat the flyweight GOAT.
Listen, Henry Cejudo in this weight class might be the champ if he was, prime Cejudo right now at 125.
So what are you saying? It's better than ever then? What the fuck are you talking about? It's better than ever.
Depth.
Yeah.
Depth. The potential for guys on the come, like I think it's better than ever. As far as who's the best, no, I still think that the last era of flyweight champs are superior, but I wholeheartedly believe the depth of talent is substantially better. I mean, this was a weight class at one point, Mike, that was going to be deleted. The UFC was considering cutting this division. Thankfully, they didn't, because I'm a big fan of the flyweight division now, and I think it delivers some really compelling fights consistently. And the Kowalkiewicz-Pantoja fight, one of the most highly anticipated flyweight fights in a long time. And Kowalkiewicz, definitely one of the biggest MMA debuts, or rather UFC debuts in years. I mean, to come in like that with hype, it's massive because he was pretty good over.
When's the last time this happened? I mean, Rampage coming in and getting the belt. And then Dan Henderson comes from Pride to unify the belts. Like, it's been a long time since some shit like this happened.
Gilbert
John
Melendez.
Shelby always showing love.
Hey.
Hernandez, yeah, like it up. You guys are right.
Let's go. Listen, we're going to run into this week's fights. We just wanted to touch on the main event. As far as some other cool results, we saw a big win. Yusuf Zalal getting it done. Lock for me, chalky lock. But also the D-Gen prop lock of the submission call was big plus money. So that was nice as well. Some good calls on the card. Quick results. Namajunas Blanchfield. Blanchfield wins a competitive decision. Machado Hibero, low tier fight, weird featured fight. Burial, Stoltz Foos, Barrow's chin is completely gone. Stoltz Foos dusted him. Malatin Giles and way too close of a contest. Very low output fight. Nothing too exciting happened there. And then Ayman Zahabi, I got to give him his praise on the show. I planned on it. Ayman Zahabi, impressive. Beats up Pedro Munoz. I got to stop picking Pedro, man. I think he has officially passed his best days. And Zahabi's pretty crafty. Yeah.
You know, he's 39. Zahabi didn't look incredible, but Pedro Munoz is 39. Hey, good card. 4-1 again on my most confident picks show. Rose is the one who fumbled the bag for me for the perfect 5-0 sweep, and 4-1 on my bets as well. So good week for the Finch side.
Let's go. Listen, let's keep running. We're gonna jump into this week's card. It's UFC Vegas 100. If you guys are watching and you haven't yet, make sure you smash the likes. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, because currently closing in on 40,000 subscribers. Let's talk about this first fight. Tresean Gore versus Antonio Trócoli. Weird fight, first and foremost. Trócoli coming off of, it's a cool matchup, but it is weird, right? Trócoli's this 6'5", grappling based, but okay striker middleweight who's like freakishly tall for the weight class, and weirdly was fighting at welterweight at one point. Then you got Tresean Gore, who had a ton of hype coming into the UFC, was expected to beat Brian Battle and win the Ultimate Fighter, ends up losing that fight and then getting dusted by Cody Brundage. But he did follow that up with a really impressive submission over Josh Fremd. That's over 2 years ago. We haven't seen Tresean Gore fight in a long time. Antonio Trócoli just recently gave Shara Bullet an okay fight. I mean, he was clearly outgunned, but he survived until the third round. But I look at this matchup, and I favor Tresean Gore to get a finish here. And I think that Tresean Gore could potentially do it quicker than Shara Bullet, because Tresean is not just a pure striker. Yes, he's known for explosive striking, but he has relatively good grappling. And I mean, last fight, he nearly snapped Josh Fremd's neck. I think people have kind of forgotten about Tresean Gore, hence the reason he's the first fight of the night. But I do think he's been a promising prospect since the Ultimate Fighter days. And, you know, he kind of was starting to put it together and then injury layoff. But now coming back, I think he's live to beat Trócoli. He's way too explosive, and I think he's going to have quality takedown defense to deal with them. And I'll go with Tresean Gore to get a finish here. I think he's live for a knockout.
Tresean Gore is a powerful dude. We've seen him have some bad nights. The height difference here is ridiculous. I mean, could this be a more different fight than Shara Bullet for Trócoli? Like, you know, it's a bizarre one for sure. So personally going to avoid betting on this one. But I could see Trócoli finding some success here. I mean, if he's not going to get like guillotine, was that Jordan Wright? Who got guillotined the fuck out by Tresean Gore?
It was Fremd. Josh
Fremd. That's right. I'm way off.
That's
Josh
funny.
Fremd. Well, pasty white dude. I'm not that far off. I know my kind. I know my people. Josh Fremd got guillotined in one of the ugliest guillotines you've ever seen. I mean, was that shit not nasty? From Tresean Gore. As long as Trócoli's not getting caught in some dumb shit like that, he should be able to handle the striking. I mean, he's so much longer. His clinching was okay. Like, he was trying to clinch up Shara Bullet and wear him down. I don't know. Maybe he could find a way here. If he can get to the top position, this thing could be over quickly for Gore. If not, it's probably a long night. So I don't know. I early lean Trócoli, but like, it's an interesting matchup for a reason.
Yeah, it is an interesting fight. I guess I see Tresean with a well-versed potential. I guess I can't say well-versed MMA game when 2 fights ago Brundage knocked him out. I'm just not really a big Trócoli believer right now. I know he looked okay against Shara, but Shara's style is essentially pure striking, whereas Tresean has a well-versed game. I think Tresean Gore wins personally, and I'm going to pick him here, but I'll, kind of agree with Finch. Odds for the fight are not great. Minus 190 for Tresean Gore, plus 165 Trócoli. Truth be told, I have been consistently picking Tresean Gore throughout his career, and I will continue to pick him here. I've felt like, the promise is there. It's just, Can he beat Trócoli? I guess I don't see Tresean Gore as a washout. I think he's got potential to get some wins, man. And I don't know, Trócoli kind of clunky on the feet, but still relatively durable.
AJ, why hasn't Tresean fought since 2022?
So he's been dealing with a couple of injuries. Let's see. Recently, he was actually scheduled to fight Bo Nickel, and he's honestly had issues with multiple injuries. He had a ligament in his wrist, and then he tore his shoulder up. So he has had some shoulder and wrist injuries, which could impede his striking, to be fair, but being only 30, I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, I don't know, dog. I would almost say Gore's not bettable here because the line is giving him credit. He hasn't fought in 2 years. He's
I might just have to play score in a parlay just because I like him, bro. Fuck it, we're doing it.
Yeah, all right. Well, hey, you do you. You do you. I ain't telling AJ what to bet on. AJ can make his own choice. But as for me, I'll be watching, smoking a cigar.
Good choice. Good choice. We're going to keep running up. Our next fight on the card, Cortavious Romious versus Gaston Bolaños. I'm going to pick Cortavious Romious, and I'm going to dig in on Bolaños a bit. And this is going to be a hot take, and maybe you guys agree, maybe you don't. I said it on my last show, but now Finch gets to hear it live. For being a pro striker, kickboxer, Muay Thai, I don't think Bolaños is incredibly crisp with his striking. I don't think he's incredibly slick, and I don't think that he has great combinations. I really am not impressed by Bolaños' stand-up game, the hype that's been on him, and then him, coming to the UFC, and I'm not feeling it. I think that Cortavious Romious is a very slick striker fighting out of southpaw. He's got a speed advantage over Bolaños and a massive grappling advantage. He's way better at jiu-jitsu. I know Bolaños is working hard, team alpha male guys, trying to shore up the wrestling, but I don't know, man. I just don't think it comes naturally to him. It's kind of like Slava Claus, right? He's training so hard in grappling, but it's not clicking for whatever reason. He was at Team Alpha Male working on all his grappling defense. And then we got Cortavious Romious, who's a quality prospect. I think he'll do pretty well here. Also, Bolaños is 2-3 in his last 5. Like, he did have 2 losses in Bellator before coming over to the UFC. Win over Aaron Phillips a year and a half ago, but I mean, he was in bad positions in that fight. He had his back taken and shit. Marcus McGee finished him last time out by knockout. I think that Cortavious Romious is probably going to beat him as well. I'm leaning Romious to win by sub, but don't be shocked if it's a club and sub or even a KO, because Romious is a pretty powerful guy. What do you think, Finch, man?
I was there when Gaston Bolaños knocked that dude out in Bellator. It was one of the sickest Bellator KOs. It was an elbow where he fucking folded and did a fucking somersault. I mean, it was ugly, but let's be honest, they were feeding him somebody. It wasn't a super competitive fight. When he got good fights in Bellator, he lost. His striking's good, not great. He's got a nice Thai plum. He throws knees up the center well, elbows well, a little Muay Thai. But he's up against a guy who is so much more explosive, double threat too, because he could take him down and beat him up with ground and pound. Like, Romious has shown good ground and pound, and then on the feet, he's got some hands on him. He throws hard. He gets aggressive. He lays on the gas pedal. You can imagine him finishing this fight, honestly. So it's Romious for sure. As far as my pick goes, nothing's for sure in this game, folks. Crow Cop got knocked out with a head kick by Gabriel Gonzaga. All right. Nothing's for sure, but Romious is looking to me to get a stoppage here.
I think Romious inside distance, very live. The money line odds are sitting at minus 200 for Cortavious Romious, with Bolaños sitting at plus 170. I actually agree with the lines. Romious just seems like a more well-versed MMA fighter. Romious inside distance plus 135. That's my official call. Wouldn't be absolutely mind-boggling if he won by decision against Bolaños, because I could see him with, controlling positions on the ground. I mean, the Michael Imparato fight on Contender Series, Romious was very successful controlling that fight, but to be fair, he also was doing damage on the feet. The thing about Romious is he's known for slick submissions, but a lot of times he's doing damage and then the success comes. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I'm adding Romious to some of my more confident ones now. Yeah.
He's a good pick.
I just sold myself. Me and you both, I guess.
Yeah. No, I like Cortavius a lot.
I don't mean to dunk on Bolaños, but yeah, I don't think the kickboxing will be enough.
Dude, listen, the kickboxing I don't think is enough. He's one-dimensional as hell. So we're both going Romious. I got Finch as a little more confident on this one.
Yeah, because he's gonna. It looks good on the feet to me, and then the takedowns, man. Like in the first round, especially, this dude's powerful as fuck.
I like Romious. So Cortavius Romious, promising prospect to beat Gaston Bolaños. Seems pretty high likelihood. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card, we got ladies going after it here. We have Melissa Mullins versus Klaudia Syguła. I'm gonna pick Melissa Mullins to beat Klaudia Syguła. I almost picked Klaudia Syguła as a dog, but I don't know, man. When you do more research on her, I'm just not overly sold right now. Also, I mean, you look at the facial structure differences, like, bro, like it's Mullins is fighting or nothing. Syguła, like, she could do other things, right? She's got other ventures to make cash. I'm just saying, Mullins needs this win more, which is a good thing for being a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you this. I think that Syguła is a decent prospect, but she's fought essentially only cans. Dig back a few fights. She should have lost 2-1 against Daria from Ukraine. Melissa Mullins, you look at her last 3 fights. Zalenzniakova, she beat her outside of the UFC, right? She wins her debut, and the name has now escaped me, but now I got to double check to sell my point harder. She's coming off the debut win was against Alexeva, who's a slick striker. And then she fights Nora Cornell. She did get finished there with the body knees being a big factor. And she was supposed to fight Montserrat Rendon, but Syguła stepping in on short notice. So a lot of intangibles against Syguła. I just feel like Melissa Mullins should pull through. Do I think she's a great bet? No, because Syguła is a, decently talented 25-year-old, and Melissa Mullins is not elite level, but I think she could out-muscle her and outwork her.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there at the end there. I'm rooting for the Polacks, all right? I'm half Polish myself. I got to root for the Polacks out here. Is that disrespectful? But we're going to go Mullins. And I think Mullins does this with takedowns. If she could just score a couple takedowns here, use her strength, use her size. I like the, experience that she has. She's already fought some good girls, as you mentioned. That should be pretty key in beating up this future. I don't know what does AJ wanted to do? Model? I don't know what career does he have in mind? I have no idea. Maybe AJ's got something.
OF.
He could, OF? All the girls got to do OF? Really? I heard they take like 20%, bro. Got to make their own shit. Fuck that.
Listen, bro, YouTube takes more than that.
That's right. YouTube takes 30%. Isn't that crazy? How dare they? How dare they? YouTube spider. Did you see that when Trump did the Joe Rogan experience that they made it so you can't search for it anymore?
Yeah, it's weird, right?
I was searring for it and it wasn't popping up.
You just got to go on JRE's page.
They shadow banned it, dude. What's going on? Google, what the fuck?
Maybe it's getting a lot of dislikes, bro.
Every tip we get, we give you 30%, and then you're going to take the content I want to watch and not show it to me? Like, what? Where's the transparency, Google? What's going on? What's going on, Google?
I don't know. Finch, we got a comment just for you, man. This is a dono. Thank you, Ralphie, for $1.99.
Fiat Dragon to go to AJ's gloves. We don't even have that sponsor right now. I will say Hit and Move did hit me up. They did hit me up. And it was around the time Mike Tyson put the gloves on because Mike was training with us. So Ozzy was super excited. Actually, the guy who owns Hit and Move was in Italy at the same time as me in September, AJ. So we talked then, and then we just talked again last week. So, I might make some more content with them, and then they'll send them out. If I had the gloves, I would send them right away. But they're my.
He doesn't
gloves.
have them, guys.
I'm supposed to send him my glove. I'm not withholding anything from AJ. Just so y'all know. Thank you for the $2, Ralphie.
Dude, that was a topic on one of the live streams. They're like, Finch is never getting you the gloves. I was laughing my ass off. It was fucking hilarious.
I tried to get him the gloves, folks.
He tried.
Yo, Christmas is coming up, dude. I got your address.
Let's go, my guy. All right, we're both going for Melissa Mullins, but the odds suck, man. I don't know if you've seen them yet. It's minus 235 from Mullins as a real chalky favorite, with Syguła at plus 195 as the underdog. I don't want to go out and bet Melissa, and Syguła is not a dog that I'm going to back. It could end up going all three. Ladies fight minus 250 for the over. Dixon with the lay and pray grind style, minus 125 for a decision. There's much better bets to make on this card. If Melissa was maybe a dog, I'd be having a different conversation. But Syguła at the plus money side, I'd rather sit on the outside and chill, man. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to do Mullins for the win as far as the picks go. But I don't think anybody's running to bet Melissa Mullins. Let's keep running.
Ditto.
Next fight. We have Cody Stamann versus Blackshear. I'm going to be picking Blackshear here, Finch. He's got a big height advantage and reach advantage. I think he strikes well with Stamann, but he's also really good at grappling. He's got nice submissions. And, bro, go watch the Mario Batista fight if you guys haven't. He almost won that fight. He was close with Mario Batista, who's now a top-rated contender in the world. And then, obviously, Montel Jackson sent him to the Shadow Realm in one punch. But let's not, judge him too harshly from that, because he's not fighting a Montel Jackson style of guy. He's fighting Cody Stamann, who's a pressure wrestler, but a lot of the time uses boxing in his fights. And I think he's past his best days, to be fair. And then, having the extremely short reach, being at a big disadvantage there, it's hard to think that Cody Stamann has a path to victory. I mean, I would assume if Stamann's to win, it's going to be wrestle fucking Blackshear, but I don't think that's likely. I don't think he's knocking him out. I think Blackshear may be live to submit Cody Stamann, actually. So I'm going to pick Blackshear. I think sub is live. I think decision is definitely a possible outcome. But Blackshear getting his hand raised has got to be a really confident pick this week. And I like Blackshear, to be fair.
Yeah, Blackshear should be able to take this thing on the feet. I am a little more concerned than you that he'll get taken down. Cody Stamann's a strong dude, collegiate wrestling background, is built like Sean Shirk. I mean, It's just the clear path for Stamann is to set up a takedown, take this dude down, and drop elbows on him for 3 rounds. So I think it's a bit competitive. I don't think a bet on Stamann's crazy, but Blackshear doing it with the striking. What is he, like 5'10"? I mean, he's going to have, weapons that Cody Stamann's going to run into. I think it's legit why he's the favorite here. But Blackshear, does he finish him? I mean, Stamann's got good cardio. I could see him dragging this thing out all 3.
Blackshear by submission at 4-1, though, compels me to touch. It's a decent little line if you want to sprinkle prop it. But Blackshear to win money line is, pretty wide. Minus 285 by Blackshear money line side, plus 245 for Stamann. Damon's got a lot of finishes, though. I mean, if you look historically, lot of submissions. Blackshear's game is built upon finishing fights. Now, he does have a relatively hideous record at 14-7, but the way he finishes is impressive. He had a lot of hype on him even heading into that Mario Batista fight, which, do not forget, he took on 1 week's notice. He had recently won against Jose Johnson the week before in the UFC by Twister. So I think that we're very live to see a submission in this fight. Though Cody Stamann, relatively good with the grappling, has been submitted only 2 times as a pro, but range advantage for Blackshear. The length on the ground is a factor. He's good with back control, 9 submission wins. Hard to overlook a win by sub.
Yeah, I think you're on point with that, because but it is hard to manipulate these tiny fucking stocky limbs of Stamann. So is it a choke? What is he gonna get? I'm imagining him playing full guard and trying to throw something up, because I think Stamann can get a takedown. Interesting fight. I don't know. Yeah, early lean Blackshear. Submission's not crazy.
Let's go. Both of us picking Blackshear as we keep running up Vegas 100. We got Charles Radtke versus Matt Semelsberger. Listen, Finch, I think Semelsberger is going to chin Radtke. I'm fucking around. I'm going with Radtke.
Get the fuck out of here. I seen your previous show. I already know. All right, you ain't gonna bullshit me today.
You're funny.
On,
listen,
son.
We got
Team Charlie Radtke around this bitch. Okay.
I think Radtke's good. I'm looking at Semelsberger. I think he's slowing down. He doesn't have the same speed that he once did. And it's not that he's old or anything like that. It's just, I don't know, his timing's not as good as it was at one point. And he's kind of gotten figured out. I think he can get outdogged by Radtke. I think Radtke could hurt him with punches. And I'll tell you this, 6 months ago, Semelsberger had a pretty serious arm injury that required surgery. And I mean, it was a little over 6 months ago, but coming back from that, and I don't know, I think the Instagram post I saw was 32 weeks ago, right? So a little bit over 6 months. Now he's getting right back in the cage. He's taking on Charles Radtke, who's, you know, I feel like, okay, yeah, he got destroyed by Prates, but Prates is a Muay Thai monster. Charles Radtke's pretty good, man. And he hasn't even showcased his ground skills. He's got good jiu-jitsu. He's being known as, like, you know, more of a boxer right now, but he's, you know, Finch knows he's pretty good on the floor. What do you think about Radtke, Finch?
First time I ever told you about Charlie Radtke was within our first few shows we ever did. I'm like, oh man, I used to train with this guy. Then he fucking eventually makes it into the UFC. So super awesome to see Charlie Radtke doing his thing. He's hungry. He's hungry. He doesn't give a fuck. He wants this. You know, his one loss right now in the UFC is to Prates, who's headlining this fucking card, right, and is a 7-1 favorite over UFC vet Neil Magny. So yeah, I think we're going to go Charlie Radtke. Let's break down the fight a little bit. Semelsberger puts good pressure on people. Semelsberger is a decent boxer. He's got decent ability to come forward and wear you out and get in a fight with you. Charlie Radtke, I think, has more power in that left hook. He's faster. He's seen this style before. I mean, he's already fought Austin Hubbard and a lot of guys who, you know, are competent like that on the feet. And the grappling is, for me, a no contest. I mean, you know, Charlie Radtke, to this day, I don't know who's had a better guillotine than him. I mean, his guillotines are ridiculous. People just don't know. Did I say that out loud? Am I not supposed to say that? I feel like his who's gonna don't tell Semelsberger. I think Charlie Radtke's guillotine is ridiculous. And you know, as you go through your career, your favorite moves change, and you know, your style changes a little bit. So, you know, there was a time in my life where you would ask me, what's my best submission? Triangle chokes. I could just triangle choke anybody. And then, you know, nowadays it's probably just like rear naked, like taking the back. So your game changes, your body changes. So who knows if Charlie Radtke's even going for guillotines these days. But in, you know, 2016, his fucking guillotines were insane. He was hitting people at these local like Naga grappling tournaments, strangling them with those high elbow guillotines. He could hit anybody with that shit at any time. And that's something Semelsberger just hasn't really shown. So Charlie Radtke, slight lean on the feet, but it's a good fight on the feet. And then everywhere else, I think Charlie Radtke has finishing capability in this fight. So Charlie Radtke's submission to me looks very live.
Charlie Radtke by sub, you know what it is, bro? Nobody knows about it then because it's plus 800, my man.
Plus 800 for Radtke submission?
That
makes a lot of sense. I'm betting that shit right now, dog.
I mean, dude, it's a great D-Gem prop of the week.
Right now.
Radtke,
but you know what? I've been burned betting on my friends in the past.
That's fair.
I bet on Shane Burgos against Edson Barbosa. That wasn't smart.
That's Edson Barboza, though. That ain't Matt Semelsberger.
You know, my friends get me gassed up, man.
I think Radtke has a good chance of winning this fight. The odds are relatively close. He's a minus 155 favorite with Semelsberger at plus 135. Now, say he doesn't lock up the submission. I do think he could be live to win by decision. We do have to give some credit to Semelsberger. He's got power in his hands for sure. It's just, I don't know. I think he can get outworked in this fight. Kind of similar to like the Preston Parsons fight, if anything.
Is that those lines are out now? Because when I was doing bets, yeah, they are.
Yes, sir. Shit. Yes, sir. 24 hours makes a big difference, bro.
Oh shit, son. All right, Charles Radtke.
Yeah,
Charlie. We know Charles Radtke by submission plus 800. Live on the show. Let's do this
live
shit.
On the show. Let's
do this shit.
Let's go.
There goes $50.
I like it.
Just a little extra.
Listen, 50 on the fucking plus 800.
Make 400.
That's worthwhile.
Yeah.
I think it's live. There we go. Finch, man.
First ever live bet on the show. It is.
Let's go, Finch. I like Radtke pick. I think that he gets the win, and I like the plus 800 tag. Obviously, Finch loves it. He just bet it right now. And I think that odds are we're going to see Charles Radtke do decent work overall in this fight. But if it hits the ground, maybe he's live to lock up the neck of Semelsberger with that goated gilly, the underrated high elbow, bro. Nobody knows about it.
They
yet,
don't know,
They
but
don't
you
know
guys
yet.
do. You guys do. All right.
Right.
You know. Yeah. Scott Houston Jiu-Jitsu, 360 Jiu-Jitsu. Shout out to him. Coach Pat Curran. Shout out to him. These guys got Charlie Radtke real good, real dangerous.
Let's go. Radtke for the win. Both of us picking him. Finch, man, betting the sub live on the show. If you want to blindly tail and lock up the sub with Finch to go savage mode, plus 800 for the sub line. Savage, bro. Let's go. Let's go. Radtke to get it done. Next fight on the card, we got Mansur Abdul-Malik versus Duško Todorović. I think Abdul-Malik should absolutely wreck Todorović on the ground. I mean, shit. Jordan Wright was kicking Todorovic's ass on the floor in the first round. And I think Abdul-Malik is a lot better on the ground than him. He also has a really special physical frame, right? He's very long arms, very jacked, strong, natural athlete. Abdul-Malik is a very promising prospect. And I think Duško Todorović, he's a bit of a brawler. He's got decent hooks on the feet. He can bang fairly well, but he's not super slick or technical. And I don't think he's tremendous on the ground. He is coming off of an injury loss to Christian Leroy Duncan. We didn't really get to see that fight play out. You know what? I'm going to say it, bro. Todorović reminds me kind of like maybe like Marc-Andre Burial, but like a worse version of that, like with the way he likes to brawl. And I think Abdul-Malik, though he's young, he can I don't know, technically outwork him. On the feet, I don't think he's a dead man either with the range advantage, and I think speed on his side. And on the ground, I think he'll have success. Probably ground and pound. Malik's a strong dude, and he just beat Wes Schultz, who's like, you know, a relatively good grappler on the Contender Series, and I got to favor Malik with ground and pound.
Malik with the takedowns, man. He's a Division I wrestler. He does what Bilal Muhammad does, where when these guys get to your legs, they're not just trying to pull your legs out from under you. They get their hips in. They lift you the fuck up. So fuck your sprawl on the fence. I'm picking your ass up and throwing you on the ground. And it works. It works. He does. He's pretty aggressive on the floor, too. I like Abdul-Malik here. Ground and pound, dropping elbows, getting Todorović out of there, unless he wants to hang on to him a little bit. Maybe he drags it out long, but you know, I do think that Todorović only got his right hand and his left hand in this fight. All of his limbs. I mean, he's got to crack him with a big shot. Otherwise, I think he's losing the decision overall, or maybe he gets put away.
I could see him put away. I favor him getting put away. I favor him getting ground and pounded, actually. I think inside distance, Abdul-Malik is live. Currently, inside distance for him is minus 250, though. And then if you go in KO, it's minus 165 with the sub at plus 800. Minus 340 is the money line. So Abdul-Malik, unfortunately, is a very chalky straight money line, especially a guy making a UFC debut. But definitely high expectations on his side. And I think Todorović has been a little bit of a busted prospect. I think we're going to see Malik have success. And also note Todorović, 3 UFC wins. None of those guys are currently in the promotion anymore. And I'll favor Malik. I think he's live for a KO, probably ground and pound. And, you know, wouldn't be insane, though, if he beat the shit out of Todorović and got a rear naked choke. Then you're getting huge plus money because I was just looking at the tag. It's plus 800 for that sub prop. But KO's likely.
Yeah, I more so see ground and pound here. I mean, that wouldn't be out of the question. Quicken me to chase these fucking props, bro.
No, inside
you know
distance,
what the fucking
bro.
name of the show is, AJ?
Moneyline.
AJ, what the fuck did we name this show? And you got me live betting sub props. What is wrong with you, dog?
Moneyline. Malik is a chalky money line, but he's a parlay piece. I do think he wins. Young guy with a lot of promise versus, you know, another guy in Todorović who I think's already been found out. I just don't think he's that high level. I don't think he's that explosive or athletic. And I think that Malik has got a big wrestling advantage.
Ryan, thank you very much. I'm a purple belt in jiu-jitsu under Coach Jamie Fletcher. Shout out to Jamie. And Ryan wants to know, AJ, are you going to UFC Tampa?
I'll spell it out for you, bro. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to spell it. I'm going to make it special for you. Look.
UFC Tampa. Ah, boo.
No, I'm not going to any live events. Past 100,000 subs, one a year, but nothing else. I'm streaming every card, dude. I got to stream.
You're
That's my
working.
thing.
That's what
I'm
you're
working,
that's
bro.
what you're saying.
I'm working, bro.
I
I'm
see.
working. I'll
You
be
could
here.
up there fucking live streaming this shit. Did you see that? Holy, I see Jupiter on my phone.
Jupiter's cool, actually.
That's how you know I'm a nerd. All right. Well, I could have tried to fit UFC Tampa in the calendar, AJ, but I guess not.
Dude, you know what? I got to stream, brother. But I will tell you, past 100,000 subs, one event a year. I can tell you which one I'll go to, and we can all meet there and shit. So that would be cool. But we got to hit the 100K first, man. That's my rule.
Is this real life, Trap Lord? Is that real? Arman versus Islam in Los Angeles?
I mean, I heard a rumor of it, but I don't think it's been confirmed.
It
was kind of leaked by
maybe I do media. Maybe I'll go as media. That'd be cool.
Should.
That would be a cool fight. That's a really good fight.
So rumored, unconfirmed main event. Rumored.
Okay. Damn. So LA, we're getting the Olympics. I don't live in LA, but it's not too far. Orange County, the Orange Curtain. We'll be behind the curtain. The Olympics, the one of the best title fights of the year. If that's the case, hey.
You should go, Finch.
I should go. Oh yeah, fuck yeah, why not? Yeah, maybe like I said, maybe as media. When like Bellator brings a big event around, I just have them let me in as media. Could try to get a credential for the UFC. I've done it before. I've attended plenty of UFC fights as media. You guys could look way back on my channel if you just dig way. I got so many videos on my channel. I should probably start deleting some of them. But
keep the classics, man.
But it's like it's unrelated content that once you go deep enough. But you go all the way back, you'll see like young me at UFC press conferences in 2014 and shit like that. So that was 10 years ago. Holy shit.
I'll tell you this, man. Me going as media, I don't know if they'll confirm me, bro. I talk a lot of crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, they're playing you. Dana played you on the hit piece video. You remember that?
I know, bro. The UFC mod knows who I am. I was in their chat talking smack a little. I was like, yo, the weigh-ins were supposed to start at 7. They ended up starting at 7:30. No, it wasn't pushed back. Then he was trying to at me. Oh, AJ thinks UFC 309 sucks. And then my chat was in it, bro. Saying that I 10-7 them.
Damn.
Bro, 309 is subpar. I made a video on it last week, bro. It is.
Yeah, it's getting hate. Let me see. UFC.
Dude, if we're talking 309, I mean, let's be fair. The main event, if you want me to be harsh, it's an illegitimate championship fight. He's the interim champ. Besides that, co-main event, cool fight, but not a rematch that I don't think was earned by Michael Chandler. And then featured fight of the night, Viviane Araujo versus Corinne Silva. What are we doing, New York? I'll accept. And then I don't think Weidman should be on the main card for Sanders. He should be in the prelims, dude.
All right. First off, John Jones versus Stipe Miocic, like huge names, huge name value. Are you going to get the quality as far as where they're at in their career? No, I don't think so.
It's a cool fight. I never said it wasn't a fight.
I am.
You going to pick Stipe? Holy shit, he's gonna pick Stipe, this guy. You're picking Stipe. I already that's next weekend's card, bro.
We're gonna I already started looking at it. I might have a bet or 2 or 3 already pending.
Okay. Finch is a Stipe guy. Theopic.
Go check out the Finch Stipe interview. That's a good one too. I asked him about DC. And then Charles Oliveira, Michael Chandler, sick. Quit hating. Fuck you talking about? That's a sick fight.
When you break it down, truly though, when you really
it's an exciting fight. Would you not want to be in the building for Michael Chandler versus Charles Oliveira?
The rematch is exciting, but to be fair, the resume of Chandler does not earn an Oliveira rematch, in my opinion. 2 losses to guys that Oliveira dusted. Okay,
and the fighter with Conor McGregor. What the fuck? Of course, he's got to have a big fight right now. Fuck yeah. His name's way up there. That name value is big. If Oliveira goes out there and smokes him with the left hook again, he's gonna be fucking title shot. It's a big fight.
Michael Chandler is not beating these up and coming ranked guys, man.
I didn't say that. I just said
I guess I'm too serious, maybe.
Oh, man. Nickel versus Paul Craig.
I like that fight. I never shit on that one.
Paul Craig's getting fucked up, dude. Paul Craig's got the jiu-jitsu Hail Mary on that one. That's all he's got. Chris Weidman, they threw on the New York card. Of course, bro. Of course. Yo, this shit is deep, bro. No, but it's all right. Quit hating.
It's the second worst pay-per-view of the year, bro. If you want the honest breakdown, I compared all of them. I did. Just to be honest.
Steve Erceg one? Nah, dog.
Yeah, the Steve Erceg is the worst one.
That's the number one. Fuck. All right. Hey, I can look back. And,
no, I think 297 actually. So I think 309 is in the bottom three with 301 and with 297. Bro, I fucking dug into this to make that video. I was coming in with fucking evidence. Okay. I honestly said 301 was better though because Aldo was on the card.
I mean, is Alex Pereira versus Khalil Roundtree, Raquel Pennington versus Juliana Pena that good, bro?
But what about what's under it?
What was under it? Jose Aldo and Mario Batista, washed up Jose Aldo getting edged out by Mario Batista. Roman Dolidze, Kevin Holland, Ketlin Vieira, Kayla Harrison. All right. Fuck. Quit making me actually look
I'll turn you to the dark side. What do you think? Your opinions that you have with the UFC, I'm going to twist them, bro. That's how I am. I dig into it, bro. I dig into it.
Gotta stop talking to this guy. All right. Next.
Let's go. Abdul-Malik for the win. Let's keep running up. Next fight on the card is our featured prelim. Nicolas Dalby versus Elizeu Zaleski. It's a rematch. They actually both debuted against one another in the UFC nearly 10 years ago, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. See where they're at now. Similar levels right now. I think it's going to be another close fight. Dalby edged it by a split decision last time. I'm going to pick him by a split decision again. I think Zaleski's the more explosive striker, and I think he's a little more clean, but Dalby's got like undeterred, constant patient, not even patient, unpatient pressure. Fucking in a rush, bro. He brings a lot of pressure. He's breathing like a maniac, and he's just in your face the whole damn fight.
Yeah, what is with breathing? What's with his audible breathing? What the fuck has he got going on there, man? He's got to start a fucking yoga retreat and teach us all how to breathe. What is he doing?
He's doing something different, bro. I think Dalby's a freak, man. I think it's going to be close, but I think Dalby wins. I say split decision because like I could see Zaleski cracking him with some big punches and kicks.
Yeah, Zaleski's a little better and Dalby's got bigger balls. So, it's a good fight. Definitely not one I'm running to bet on. Dalby split decision is not crazy. Zaleski split decision is not crazy. So a clear no bet for me. I'll show some love to Dalby.
I think it goes distance. The odds are about even. -118 Dalby, -102 Zaleski. Over 2.5 is -400. Yeah, I think it's going over 2.5, which is -400. I think the fight ends in a close decision. That's what I see. Dalby wins by split or majority decision, +500. That's funny.
I mean, it was a close one last time. Yeah, we could go with Dalby just because he's the round 3 winner. He's the guy to fucking dig deep and find a way to pull out round 3. But I could see him getting chopped up a little bit on the feet here with Zaleski.
Yeah, I think that's fair. We'll see. I'm actually really excited for this Vegas card. I'm hyped to be back at the Apex. I like Vegas 100. This is going to be good. The prelims are pretty solid, but we're about to jump into the main card in a second. Finch and I guess, are we both picking Dalby? You're picking Dalby?
I think so. I mean, again, like, no bet.
Okay. Dalby the pick for us both, and it's a pretty competitive fight. I think they go 3 hard rounds, so maybe the over is something to look at. Let's now jump to our main card opener. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you smash the likes, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe it up. The ladies start off this main card. We got Luana Pinheiro versus Jillian Robertson. I'm going to pick Jillian Robertson all day. I think Luana Pinheiro doesn't even deserve to be ranked. Like when you start really looking at the resume, she has a split decision over Karate Hottie. And that's like, her staple win to make her a ranked contender. And then 2 straight losses. And she was finished in both. Hebas beat her. And then she was subbed by Angela Hill, which that came as a surprise that Hill locked up the Gilly. Because Angela Hill known for her kickboxing. But when you look at Luana Pinheiro, outside of the Michelle Waterson Gomez win, which was back in 2023, it's a Sam Hughes decision, and she beat Ronda Marcos. But to be fair, it was a DQ, and she quit after an illegal upkick all the way back in 2021. I don't think that she has the ability to beat a Jillian Robertson. I also just don't think she has that same level of dog in her. Like Jillian Robertson is fighting all the time. I think that she's improving at a very high rate. She's got strong grappling skills. She just beat the shit out of Michelle Watterson. Fight before that, Polyana Viana win. And I mean, the fight before that was a loss, but she went the distance against Tabitha Ritchie, who's one of the top girls in the women's straw weight class. So I think Jillian Robertson is going to probably have a lot of success in grappling. I know Pinheiro comes from the base of judo, but her style is more so kickboxing to me. And striking from range is what she likes to do. It's very movement-based style. Honestly, I see similarities to her boyfriend style, Matthias Nicolau. They kind of have a similar flow of striking from range and not engaging a lot. And I just don't think she's going to be able to deal with Robertson in front of her. So Jillian Robertson to get the win. I think she's live on the floor too by submission.
Yeah, Robertson should be able to get this thing done. That's what I think. I think she's going to be able to hit this takedown. You know, Robertson from the top position does well. You know, her record might suck. What was the record? It's pretty bad, right? 14-8 now. Actually, it's been getting better. I remember when it wasn't so pretty back in 2022. But yeah, she's rattled off, so she's padded it now. Because she's a lot better. She really turned a corner. Yeah. So, you know, since 2022, who has she lost to? Tabitha Ricci only. You know, she's beaten girls at this level multiple times. So we got to go Robertson. And I think it's probably with a takedown.
I think so too. She gets it to the floor and dominates. She's a minus 350 favorite, chalky money line. Pinheiro plus 285. Her to win by submission is currently sitting at plus 140. I do think she's live to lock up a sub, though. She hunts for the sub, too. She's a finisher.
Yeah, I could imagine her finishing this fight. I would not be super happy about the over here.
I think the over is actually plus money. If you want the over, you got plus 120. Yeah, if it goes distance. Plus money women's over is rare.
Wow, so they agree with me.
Yeah.
Well, that pisses me off.
I know.
You know, but yeah, Robertson finding a way to finish after getting on top makes sense here.
Yeah, I think Robertson should win the fight. She's done well recently. She seems to have turned the corner with her career. I don't think Pinheiro has the same potential as Robertson does. And Robertson's got a ton of experience, too. I mean, she's been fighting in the UFC a long time. This is going to be her 18th UFC fight. Isn't that kind of crazy? Whereas this is only the 6th UFC fight for Pinheiro. So Robertson's been around for years now. And she's come up the hard way because she never really got like good matchups that were, you know, kind of made for her style. She fighting at 125 for a while and taking some else. Now, different level. I think Jillian Robertson pulls through. Let's go.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what? Those 6 fights in, you're experienced at that point. Fair. It's not those the first, second fight in the UFC. You got to get through it. Like I was thinking about that with Charlie Radtke. Like, man, Semelsberger's got some more stripes, but you know, it's like once you have a couple fights in the UFC, it really means something. You really can have the ability to be a lot more comfortable. So yeah, 6 fight in the UFC, that's almost you know, that's completely in the clear. It's just a simple assessment of the grappling in this fight being largely in favor of Jillian Robertson.
Yeah, agreed. Robertson for the W for us both. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card, we got Gerald Meerschaert versus Reinier de Ridder. Gerald Meerschaert, Mike Finch is known for cashing. The GM3 guy. I'm picking Reinier de Ridder, Finch. Tell me why you're picking Meerschaert.
Tell me why you're picking Meerschaert. He assumes I'm picking. You want to know why I'm picking Meerschaert? Because he's watching right now. What's up, GM3? I know your ass is watching this shit. If I post this on my story, GM3, you know, that's the guy. That's the fucking. He's the submission guy, and you're gonna put him in there with de Ridder, who is not good at striking, but has a tremendous submission ability, and you want him to submit GM3? Like, it's a strange fight. It's a strange one. So I think they're both pretty hard to bet on here. I mean, AJ, in a straight kickboxing match, who wins?
I think I'm going to go de Ridder, 29-28 probably. I think he can beat him in a kickbox. He's a little quicker on the feet. I agree, though. Both of their striking styles are not phenomenal. Now, I will say, I think De Ridder is better at getting fights to the floor, right? Like the way that Meerschaert wins a lot of fights is like he's losing, his opponent fucks himself, gasses out, whatever, and then he comes back and subs him. But De Ridder doesn't have much punching power. Like you said, he's really not a good striker.
But this ain't Shabazian, dog. This is De Ridder, who is always trying to take his opponent down, who's always trying to get to the back and work. So with GM3 as the matchup, it's going to be weird to see GM3 defending takedowns. I mean, it just turns everything on its head. It's such an abnormal GM3 matchup. So I'm about to give my top 5 most confident picks after the show. This one didn't make it. I feel like these guys are good. These guys got a fight on their hands, you know? I don't know. I need to do some ayahuasca and meditate on this one. Because this flips everything on its head. It's a strange fight for De Ridder. It's a strange fight for GM3. If De Ridder's going to really make a run in the UFC, he has to look good in this fight. You know, GM3 is a pretty good kickboxer, but not great. And I've not been impressed by De Ridder's kickboxing. So there is a pathway for GM3 to out kickbox him and defend takedowns. And then the pathway for De Ridder is to impose wrestling and just get GM3 defensive and hopefully open up with some ground and pound and whatnot, because it's not going to be easy to submit Gerald. They're in a fucking fight, dude. Could they just strike the whole time too? Like, that's possible too. You see me avoiding trying to make a pick here. I'm really trying to fucking avoid this because I don't want to give out GM3 as a reflex. Very slight lean to De Ridder, but Gerald Meerschaert has pathways to victory here. I know he's a dog, and so I'll look into it.
Eddie Bravo. De Ridder's a minus 285 favorite with Meerschaert at plus 245. So wide lines here. And over 1.5 is minus 205, which I do slightly favor. But I'll tell you this, and something that needs not be forgotten. It's been a while, but Gerald Meerschaert, let's not forget, as many submissions as he has, which is 29, he does have 8 losses by submission as well. So Reinier De Ridder could potentially catch him in something. 12 wins by submission in his own right, has only been beaten by one man. He's got 2 losses to Anatoly Malikin, and people were giving me a hard time because I was saying that Malikin was on the sauce and he was roided out for their fight. So De Ridder now, fighting the UFC, I think maybe he does a bit better. I like De Ridder's chance of winning this fight. He's an interesting guy. I remember when he beat Angla and Sang and beat him twice, and De Ridder was like that guy in the damn one championship. And then obviously Anatoly running him over. I didn't love how he quit against Anatoly in their most recent fight. He stayed down, kind of Herbert Burns-esque. But I do think this is a fight De Ridder can win. And I am going to pick him. I think it's possible. But GM3, always crafty, a lot of UFC experience. De Ridder making the debut. I'm going to go with De Ridder.
Ong Lan Song, another warrior who has graced us with his presence over here on Moneyline. He's come on the show before. Ritter's beaten a few bums, dude. Like a few of those fights overseas, those guys were not good at grappling. And so this is a big step up for De Ridder in the sense that it's the UFC. He's fighting a big time veteran. There's just so many question marks in this fight that it makes me just want to watch.
Yeah, I respect that take. I think the over might be live, but it's going to be interesting. Sit down, relax, watch and enjoy. Let's find out what De Ridder's got at the UFC level. GM3, just bet that and fuck the rest of it. That's funny as fuck.
Sometimes you got to grab your balls and make a move. All right. Well, I'm going to enjoy this one. Let's go, GM3. Y'all know who the fuck I'm rooting for.
It's plus 1,600 for that round 3 Meerschaert bet as well. Just something to read off. Well, going with De Ridder.
GM3 interview on my channel right now. It's the headlining video. As soon as you go on my channel, it's me and the submission ace, the comeback man, because he ain't no fucking kid, Gerald Meerschaert.
Let's go. Finch, man, respect to your boy Meerschaert. If he locks up a sub and you don't pick him, though, man, you're going to feel like a fool.
Fuck.
Right?
Not a fool. No, because De Ridder, there's so many question marks, you know? There's so many question marks. I won't feel foolish. But, yeah. I just I'm really curious how the striking matchup goes, actually. I'm very curious, because if DeRitter starts winning the striking, and can DeRitter gas? Like I watched DeRitter grapple Andre Galvao, and for those of you who are MMA fans out there, you might not know who the fuck I'm talking about. Andre Galvao is one of the greatest jiu-jitsu competitors in BJJ competition history. He's won everything, multiple time ADCC champion. And they had a good scrap, but Galvao was getting the better of it. And I wasn't super impressed with DeRitter. I feel like he gets a little tired, and I don't know. More question marks than there are solid things for me to say. That always leads me to stay home and not bet. But I don't stay home for the vote. Go vote tomorrow. But on this fight, I'm gonna stay home and I'm gonna watch.
Let's go. Let's keep running up. Next fight on the card, we have Ricky Turcios versus Bernardo Sopaj.
Good fight. I like this fight.
I like it a lot. I think Sopaj is good to win this thing. Ricky Turcios, he is an Ultimate Fighter winner. He's a crafty veteran, but like, you got to look at Sopaj's positives from the Oliveira fight. He was beating Vinicius Oliveira, who then afterwards beat Ricky Simón, which I think that's a pretty marquee win. Sopaj's a strong wrestling grappler, but he is known for his striking. He's got big power in his hands, massive right hand specifically. And I think that he could do damage to Ricky Turcios. I think he's live to win by finish in this fight. He's live for a KO on the feet. He also could potentially be live for a sub. And if it does go long, Sopaj, I think he can outwork Turcios over the 3 rounds. Sopaj seems to me as a highly touted prospect to keep an eye on. Turcios 2-2 in the UFC. Decent volume coming off the loss to Raul Rosas. But I guess he had his back in the first round. That's a positive takeaway. But I just think Sopaj is too much for him. I don't know. I don't think Turcios is winning this fight.
Sopaj reminds me of Sam Hands of Stone Stout. Who gets that reference?
Wow, that's old school.
Who gets that reference? Does he not, though? Does the striking look a little bit similar? Go look up Sam Hands of Stone Stout. Shout out to Sam Stout. Sopaj is good, man. He's definitely competent on the feet. He stays on the balls of his feet well, has good in and out movement. He was taking Vinicius Oliveira down. He started off winning that fight, but as it got going, as he got tired, he was viciously knocked out. And when I say vicious, holy shit, it was ugly. Where I'm watching the KO, I'm watching him fall, and I'm going, I hope he didn't. No, did he tweak his neck? No. I'm like, I'm rooting for his health watching those replays. It was a flying switch knee to the face after he was already a little rocked, bounced into the fence, boom, flying switch knee to the face, went down like just a body. It was ugly. How does he bounce back from that? That's the real question I have here, because Ricky Turcios, look, I think is a little bit underrated. I think you got to give Ricky Turcios some credit. He's very active. He's always going for the finish. He is good off of his back. He's used to being in bad spots because he's not very physically strong. So he's got that Nate Diaz thing where he's never really out of it until he's out of it, So Sopaj could be winning the first round, outstriking him, taking him down, and then, round 3, Turcios could be elbowing off of his back and throwing stuff up and find the back. Some crazy shit, right? You said he ended up on Raul Rosas Jr.'s back. Another guy who's stronger than Turcios, who Turcios made it a fight. I'm going with Sopaj. I do think he bounces back from this KO nicely. He's so much more physically strong. He controls where the fight takes place with the wrestling. He's got a Mexican, right? A very, very high output, gritty, durable, decent jiu-jitsu, wants to win. Mexican opponent in front of him was got a heart like a Mexican. He fights like a Mexican, but I believe that Sopaj, being physically stronger, more technical on the feet, good pop in his shots, easily wins the first round. And as long as he's got the cardio to do it, stays through and hits takedowns when he wants them, you got to think Sopaj here. I just hope he looks the same.
I feel like he will. I don't know, man. He's at All-Stars, good team. He's young too, right? He's what, 24? I know it was a violent knockout, but it's something that he can come back from. And I think that Sopaj, he's going to do damage. I think he's coming for blood, man. I think Sopaj could be live to chin Ricky Turcios. I like Sopaj to get it done. He's a wide favorite, though. Minus 270 for Sopaj with Turcios at plus 230 as the dog. Sopaj by KO plus 315. And then the submission line for Sopaj way up at plus 750. Dude, he's known for power. Oh, was. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, that KO was ridiculous, Sean. Sopaj is good. His potential's really high.
Yeah.
Like, again, he was taking down Vinicius Oliveira. He was dominating that fight or winning that fight. You know, the ceiling's really high as to where you can't really say like out of these two, if I told you in 2026 one of them fought for the title, who is it? You know it's Sopaj. You know it's not Turcios. So we're going with him.
Yeah, I think Sopaj's got high potential. I see chat comparing him a bit to Ilia Topuria. I see those comparisons too. And I like his style. He's somebody to watch heading into, 2025. And I think a nice win over Ricky Turcios sets him up for a big year. I think he's a great prospect still, regardless of the Oliveira outcome. He's tremendous.
100%.
Let's go.
Monzy Man, thank you for the donation. Hey. What's up, Monzy Man? It is a great weekend. Let's go.
What's up, Monzy Man? Thank you for the money, my brother. Listen, we're going to keep running up because our next fight, it brings us to our featured fight of the night. We have the ladies going after it. Karolina Kowalkiewicz versus Denise Gomes. I got to go with Denise Gomes to win this fight. Kowalkiewicz, like 40. And Denise Gomes is an explosive prospect. Good punch combinations. Fast, powerful. Now, to be fair, she had some trouble with Eduarda Mora winning by split decision. Though Mora has a very different style. Mora with a pressure wrestling-based game, very grappling-heavy style, trains with Jailton Almeida. Kowalkiewicz has good jiu-jitsu, to be fair, but I feel like in a lot of her fights, it's striking fights. Last time, Lucindo absolutely dominated her in the grappling exchanges. And I think Denise Gomes has solid takedown defense, enough so to deal with Kowalkiewicz's potential takedown attempts. Then when we look at striking, you got to go for speed on the side of Gomes, power for the side of Gomes. I think Denise Gomes is live to win. I will say, I don't know, in the third round, she could potentially be fatigued and Kowalkiewicz could win some exchanges off, grit and toughness. So maybe not a complete washout, but I do think Gomes probably by a unanimous decision. Knockout would be impressive. I'm thinking unanimous.
Yeah, because Karolina is a decision machine. She just churns out decisions. So, but Denise Gomes has to be, all but a lock here. I mean, should we just say it? A lock here. The trajectories are obvious. Yeah. Karolina is not even that young anymore. I think no matter where the fight goes, you got to think Gomes has an advantage. Gomes lost to a really good girl. What was her name?
Angela Hill. Also lost to Loma Lupume.
No, I'm tripping. Okay, it was Angela Hill. Oh, wow. All right, Angela Hill in 2023 too. So Angela's a little old. All right, so there goes the age thing. But Karolina's 39. Nah, I'm bringing it back. Like, she's not. Angela Hill really was at her best skill-wise in her late 30s. Yeah. Karolina, she went on a nice little run, though. Felice Herrig, Sylvia Juarez Gomez, Vanessa Demopoulos. But again, decision in her last four. And I feel like this one's probably going long as well. So the over is nice. And then Denise Gomes is probably going to be able to beat her up on the feet, on the ground. I don't see her having a ton of trouble in this one. So does she get her out of there? Probably not. But does she win a 30-26? I think so. 30-27?
30-27. Could be 30-26. Sonny
27 is what I meant.
My guy. Hey, thank you for 3 months of membership. What's up, AJ and Finch? Two best MMA channels on YouTube. Let's go, bro.
I don't even have any liquid in this, but cheers. Cheers, Sonny. Bro. To you, buddy. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that, man. I'll see you over there after the show, all right?
Gomes she'll win, but to be fair, minus 500 is chalky AF. And then Carolina plus 385. The over is minus 300. Gomes by KO at plus 300. Denise Gomes does have power, though. Like, she's got 6 knockouts. That's a lot for women's MMA. And then on the opposite side, Kowalkiewicz, she was only chinned once, and it was against Jessica Andrade. So historically, she takes a decent shot to the chin, but is 39. I would lean towards Gomes on the cards, though.
I think every round controls the striking, more powerful, more dangerous.
Yeah.
Grappling's live too.
Say it like Trump, bro. Say it like Trump.
She's tremendous. I think 39 years old. It's too much. And it's not an age thing, it's a competence thing. She's not competent.
I gotta tell you, man, I think your Trump is top caliber fit.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
Bro,
I gotta do some
trolling you.
stand-up comedy. I feel like I
You
really
should.
fucked up by missing the election season because
Dude,
I got
so
much
much.
comedy in my phone and I never go perform, and I've always
Bro, what
wanted
if you
to.
do a live stream as Trump fucking around trolling everybody like you
I
dress
could have
up
for
like-
Halloween. I could have done the gold
Bro.
hair. I feel like that's a good one for fat guys. You know, I'm not a fat guy, luckily.
Thing is,
So-
Finch, you got the skill though. You got the skill with the impression.
I have
You can throw a
everything it
pillow
takes.
in your shirt.
Bigly supporting Trump. I am absolutely the best. We are tremendous with our Trump impersonations. We talk with our hands, just like Donald.
He sometimes he squints a little bit. Maybe a little
That's
bit of a
good,
squint.
man. It's all good.
No, I just got to got to get the gold hair. Got to he's got the comb over thing.
Bro,
going
if
on.
you could get this outfit and you could wear it on the stream tomorrow, next week,
really
whatever, if he
long
wins,
red tie, just a really long. That's true.
can
That's
you
true. I
imagine if
could-
Trump wins, we both come dressed as Trump?
All right, is that it? If Trump
I'm
wins,
in.
we come dressed as
It's
Trump.
a
Is that what we're
pay-per-view
doing?
next week, so we could do something crazy if he
That's
wins.
That's pretty cool. All right. If Trump wins, we both come on as Trump. Agreed?
In.
All
In.
right. Agreed. There it
Agreed.
is, folks. Oh shit. Here goes my entire career. I will always be considered a Trump supporter now. It'll be over. It'll be over.
Listen, if he wins, you'll be okay. If he loses, then we're not doing it. Don't worry.
No, if he wins, it'll be worse. What do you mean? They're gonna fucking. I live in California, bro. I can't go too far from Huntington Beach. They're not gonna be happy about that.
Listen, Florida will gladly take you at open arms, my man.
I showed AJ on the corner here. Huntington Beach is going wild. For
yeah, that was
Trump.
sick, honestly.
Absolutely wild. Yeah, for the folks. I mean, everybody just freaking
That's wild.
just madness. Madness in Huntington Beach. Madness. So
Holy
that's how
shit.
Huntington Beach feels.
Damn, son. Listen, we'll see. Finch and I both, though, absolutely going Gomes. Might be coming as Trump impersonators next week. Time will tell. Let's go. Oh,
Why
shit.
not? Fuck it, yeah. Why not?
Okay. Let's jump it to the co-main event of the evening. It's Cody Garbrandt versus Miles Johns. Finch, I went with the surprising Cody Garbrandt pick in this
I
fight.
saw that.
Yes. Let me tell you, I was sitting and watching the
that.
striking. I put it side by side, and I'm like, wow, Cody Garbrandt is way cleaner on the feet. He's touching Davis and Figueiredo with good shots. He looks as quick as always. Where he got destroyed by Figgy is grappling. Even though Miles Johns is a relatively strong wrestler, I don't think he has the same level of grappling ability as like a Davis and Figueiredo. Definitely not the actual submission threat. Potentially has the takedown, but Garbrandt normally is good at getting back up. I don't think Miles Johns bodies him on the floor and beats him up for 3 rounds. And when I look at the striking between the two, I think Garbrandt is evidently faster than him. Miles Johns is throwing swanging bombs back and forth with Douglas Silva de Andrade, who's not nearly as clean as Cody No Love. Now, to be fair, you have to worry about Cody's chin, right? It could be gone, but I think that maybe we got overly worried about the chin being fragile, and maybe it's not as bad as we thought, but rather he's getting caught by guys with some sting in his hand. So I'm going to pick Cody No Love for the upset by decision.
Yo.
Yeah.
AJ, my
Yeah.
boy. Yo, okay. There's a version of Cody No Love Garbrandt that knocks Johns out. There's a version of Cody No Love where he's mobile with the footwork side to side. He comes in with the hooks, the uppercuts, bang, bang, bang. He counter punches nicely. He hits a takedown here and there. I don't know, man. Is that guy still around? I don't know. He's only 33, so it's not an age thing for sure, right? 33. It's not an age thing. Davis and Figueiredo dominating him on the ground. That might make Miles Johns look to it, because Miles Johns is very strong. He likes to strike, but that's a potential pathway. Like, think about Cody Garbrandt has a wrestling background. Davis and Figueiredo's from Brazil. They don't wrestle. So he learned wrestling from Henry Cejudo and Captain Eric Alvarez, and shout out Captain. And they're over at Fight Ready, and he was able to whoop Cody on the ground. So I would not write that off, AJ. I would say Miles Johns does have a chance to body him on the ground. Literally, like, he's fucking built like a brick shithouse, and that's the problem. On the feet, Cody Garbrandt is more talented. Cody Garbrandt is more technical. Cody Garbrandt is better. But Miles Johns doesn't do dumb shit. He's pretty reliable in the way he performs. So I can imagine him tagging Cody No Love. Miles Johns by knockout.
Miles Johns by knockout. It's a confident pick. I respect that, Finch. He's got power in his hands. Holy shit. I think, here's my thoughts. Cody Garbrandt, it depends if he still got it. And I'm not out here saying Garbrandt's a lock. And pre-tape, I was ready to pick Miles Johns. But as I'm watching the striking against Figgy, I'm like, I like the way Garbrandt is throwing his shots. Like, it was reminding me of prime Cody No Love. When I look at Cody Garbrandt's resume, and I look at it name value-wise, not just performance-based, lost to Davis and Figueiredo, who's a top contender, down a weight class against Kai Kara-France, who's a top contender, Rob Font, who's just shown some resilience, beating up Kyler Phillips, Pedro Munoz, who now is washed, and maybe that loss isn't great, but at the time he was pretty good, and then 2 losses to TJ Dillashaw. I don't know. I mean, I think that with guys that are outside of the top 15, it seems like Cody Garbrandt's pretty good. I think he beats a lot of these unranked guys, man, and I think Cody's still good.
I could see it. You called it a confident pick. It's not. It's not in my. I'm not gonna go on my most confident show and go Miles Johns because Cody's better. Like, how many fights was Cody supposed to win?
Majority.
Exactly. Was Cody supposed to lose to Rob Font?
No.
Was he supposed to lose to Pedro Munoz?
Definitely not Munoz. Font. Let's see. What were the odds in the Font fight? He was a close money underdog against Font.
Even.
He was a favorite against Kai Kara-France. He was a favorite against TJ Dillashaw the first time.
Like, he got to knock out Brian Kelleher. Yeah, that's cool. But, like, I think AJ's got a real shot of knocking out Brian Kelleher, dog. Like, Brian Kelleher is not UFC level,
Shit.
I'm
in.
So, you like your chances?
I mean, listen, bro, if they're paying, we'll do it.
Straight striking. Brian can't take you down.
Only, no grappling. With the grappling, I got to favor the MMA guys to tap me out. Come on.
I feel like Cody's better and Cody should win, but betting on Cody Garbrandt, you might be sweating.
You might be sweating on Cody. Miles Johns and him is going to be a cool fight. I'm excited to witness it go down. Currently, Miles Johns is a minus 145 favorite with Garbrandt as plus 125 as the dog. Over for this fight is minus 155, but not, 100% saying, definitely going distance, even though I'm leaning Garbrandt to win a decision. Johns, he's got 4 KOs to his credit, but to be fair, 9 decisions. He's known, he gets a reputation as a bit of a power puncher, but I guess relatively speaking, he's not
a thudding shot. He doesn't have that speed that Cody No Love's got. That fucking wicked counter he hit a sunsow with. Wham! He doesn't really have that type of speed, but the dude's got, you look at him, when you get hit by him, it hurts. Like, he's got thud behind it. He puts his hips and his ass behind each shot. And, Cody sometimes gets a little wild in there, leaving himself open for counters. I don't know. I feel like we've seen a mixed bag of who Cody No Love is. I like the training at the UFC Performance Institute. you know, he was in there training with Patchy Mix and all those guys getting rounds in. Jeremy Kennedy, who else was there? Fucking Tatiana Suarez. I know she's a girl, but she's good as fuck. You know, so he's been getting a lot of work, and he's at, you know, the PI, which is like the best place to go if you're like injured or dealing with anything, because they could take care of you. So, you know, I'm hoping, I'm rooting for Cody No Love. But I wouldn't bet money on it.
Cody No Love gonna be my pick.
Okay.
Close money dog. Finchman going Miles Johns. Listen, I can't stand here and tell you Cody's a lock. Like Finch and I, we go back and forth, but you know, with certain fights we've been disagreeing on this card, especially, we can see each other's side pretty real. And I think I chose that it's, you know, relatively competitive fight. Depends on which Cody shows up and if he's still in his prime or not, or at least close to it. We'll see. Find out fight day. But I'm going to go with Cody No Love. Finchman going Johns. We're going to jump to the main event of the evening. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you all smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Listen, I think Neil Magny is going to fraud check Carlos Prates. Can't even get through it. No, come on, bro. Everybody knows. I'm going Carlos Prates. I know the odds suck. He's a big favorite, but it is what it is. I think that Carlos Prates is going to beat Neil Magny up. Definitely Magny's going to try to grapple. I would guarantee it. Last time, I guess he had a little success in the clinch with Michael Morales, but then he was spinning elbow, then ground and pounded. So it wasn't long ago either, only 2 months ago, and he took some serious damage in that fight with some big shots. So taking on Prates, who's a knockout artist, I think Prates is going to do work. I think Prates' striking reminds me of an Adesanya, Alex Pereira hybrid. I really think that he's a guy to watch in 2025. And if he can get an impressive KO against Neil Magny, I swear, sky's the damn limit for Carlos Prates. I said I favor him over Ian Gary already, at least in the striking department. And Ian Gary's, you know, relatively high caliber striker. With a win, Prates is in for a massive fight. So I'm going to go with
Buckley's
Prates.
been talking shit to Ian Gary. I kind of like that fight.
They're fighting UFC Tampa, bro. They confirmed it.
That's made?
Main event. Yeah, UFC Tampa.
Whoa, you just told me that right now.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good fight. I like
That's
that.
a good fight.
I like that a lot.
I like it
Okay.
too.
Damn. All right, so Buckley got it. Yeah, Buckley was talking shit. I saw that. Listen, obviously Neil Magny's going to destroy him. The problem is Neil Magny's grappling, right? So Carlos Prates knockout is the pick. Don't take the sarcasm seriously. But, you know, Neil Magny was able to hang in there with Mike Malott and find a way. Now it doesn't look so good that Mike Malott goes to like a close decision with Trevin Giles, which, by the way, I double cashed in on. I picked the over 1.5 and Mike Malott. So Thank you, Mike. Yeah, I feel like Carlos Prates is going to be a popular fighter. Carlos Prates is going to be in some big fights, and Carlos Prates is way more talented, has so much more runway ahead of him. It's really, he's a 7-1 favorite. Y'all see what the fuck this fight is. So I think Prates is enough of a lock for a parlay piece, maybe. But 7-1's way too wide for straight money line for me. And picking him by KO, it's like Neil Magny. I mean, say what you want about him, but he can survive some tough situations. He's pretty durable. He's able to come back sometimes. He's able to impose his grappling where you don't expect it, win some fights you don't expect him to win. He's intelligent. We used to do commentary for Hoosier Fight Club. He could break down a fist fight. He knows what the fuck he's looking at. I feel like Neil Magny could stretch this thing out. So I'm personally not going to be jumping into, picking a prop here, unless you tell me it's plus 400 or plus 800 for Carlos Prates knockout or some shit like you surprised me with earlier. But Carlos Prates knockout is the pick.
Carlos Prates knockout is minus 300, if you were wondering, Finch. So
that's, bro, they're confident in Prates, huh?
Yeah.
Y'all high on Prates, huh? Okay. All right, shit.
Listen, Neil Magny's got good grappling strength, and that's going to be his key to surviving in this fight. He's currently a plus 550 underdog. I do favor Prates to knock him out in the first 2 rounds. I expect Magny to try and grapple and maybe even having success with clinch control. But Prates is training at the Fighting Nerds team, bro. Kyle Barrios there. You got to assume that his wrestling defense and grappling skill set overall is, significantly better than maybe even anticipated. I think Prates should win by KO. I don't think Neil Magny can strike with him for 5 rounds. Even if like Magny has a bit of clinch success, does he get him down and submit him? I don't think so. So Magny then with a pressure heavy 5-round grind decision, he's got to, enter a, and would it channel an inner like Marab or something like that? I don't think it's likely. I think Prates can deal with the king of the clinch. And to be fair, Magny, even in a recent win over Phil Rowe, it was really close. He won by split decision. Like that's not near a Prates level. I think Prates does work. He's also a tall and long guy, which I think is good against a Magny who's tall and long. So it kind of negates that advantage that, normally Magny has pretty substantially over some of these welterweights. I want to say Prates chins him. Pretty bad KO incoming and highlight reel. The way he beat up the Leech was insane.
And when I picked Prates over Leech, I think some people were disagreeing with that pick. It seems like after the Leech KO, everybody's on the train.
I joined the train when he destroyed Radtke with ease. I said, okay, that's legit. Yeah.
Nice knee to the body. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful performance. People were really shitting on Radtke after that.
Yeah.
But you see what this guy's capable of. So that loss is aged like fine wine.
Yeah.
It's not even that old. So
it's not even a bad loss though for Radtke. Don't matter to me.
Back on the same card again. Prates is good, man. Prates is a fun one. All finishes his fight in the Contender Series, 3-0 in the UFC, all knockouts. This is what we want to see.
Prates for the W for us both. Granted, he's an extremely chalky favorite at -750. If you're feeling that second round knockout like I am, you can get 4-1 plus 400 for Prates. The KO line straight's -300.
But the name of the show is
Moneyline. -700 for the money line. But Prates should win. He's a confident pick. Magny might take him down in the first round. He could have a little success early with wrestling, but I think
his wrestling's not outstanding. It's like I think if you're going to pick against Prates at this point, you have to have high confidence that somebody's going to be able to get the takedown and do something with it. And it's not that Neil Magny can't do something with it. The problem is getting that fucking takedown. Remember how he got on top of Mike Malott? Was Mike Malott getting shook off? He was on top, and then Neil Magny swept him. Mike Malott went for the leg lock. Neil Magny was able to mount him after Mike Malott showed that he was not fantastic at leg locks, and probably shouldn't have been going for them in the 3rd round of a UFC fight. People want to shit on leg locks. There were a lot of entries he could have done. He could have just gone into inside Senkaku honey hole and been able to trap the secondary leg and keep Neil Magny on his hips. Instead, he went the other way. I don't know what he was doing. Neil Magny can make shit happen on the mat. The problem is he has to get it there. I don't think he does. Prates KO.
Prates KO the call. Now, if you did play the sub for Magny, it's +1,000, just to read off the line if anybody's out there thinking about it.
It's too juicy. Quit doing that. That's crazy. But he doesn't have the wrestling, brother. That's why I wouldn't bet on it.
Listen, Finch, we're both going Prates. A lot of agreement amongst this between the two of us, rather, on this card. And we're not done yet, though, because we got to do parlay time. Let's sing the song. We're going to do it in 3, 2, 1.
All the competition that try to compete, stand back, watch the bomb drop.
Parlay time. Open up your wallets and let's bet on some fist fights.
Yeah. Parlay time. Get your ass out to vote because the election is tomorrow night. Yeah. Listen, folks. Election Eve, I got a parlay for you. Let's fucking do it.
All right. What do we got, Finch?
Do you hear my Amanda, who's named something else from Amazon, fucking talking to me right now?
Yeah, that is
all
crazy.
right. The parlay sitting at -129. Give me Abdul-Malik money line and Sopaj money line. Sopaj and Abdul-Malik together sitting at -129. That's a parlay I'm throwing out for you. I'm going to throw that one out in my free channel on Telegram anyway. You guys get it first.
Hey, listen, I like where your head's at, Finch. I'm going to go for Sopaj and mine as well because I think he's a really good pick. I think he pulls through and looks solid. The parlay right now, I can't get the line in front of you because my calculator is not linking up. Here we go. So Sopaj to win it, minus 270. So it's a little bit chalky. And then I honestly feel as though you have to favor this fight going longer. It's the fight between the Savages, the OG Savages, whose names I literally can't see here. I don't know why we can't find it. Where the hell is it?
Ulysses knows
Zaleski
I don't
and
usually
Dalby.
drop
Yeah.
parlays.
I couldn't find it. Here we go.
So
We got to
now
get
I've
that
got it.
over. They don't have the over 2.5. Give me 1 second. I'll get the line put together for you.
I got you. I was over here entertaining the people. I got you.
You're a good man.
Sean Shelby says, look at Prates' face. Do you think that guy will let Magny hold him down? He does have a don't fuck with me face. He does. But it won't be a matter of let, right? If Neil Magny is able to get on top. Neil Magny on top is, bro, he's got game. Neil Magny, Kurt Kaufman, who runs Norse Academy of Martial Arts in Illinois. Shout out to Kurt. Used to train with Neil Magny back in the day. They've been training jiu-jitsu forever, man. Neil Magny's got a dynamic jiu-jitsu game. So when it comes to the grappling, you got in a straight grappling match, Neil Magny all day. They're throwing punches and kicks, and that's why it's Prates. So I don't think it'd be a matter of let, Sean Shelby. I think if you start this fight with Neil Magny and Mount, Neil Magny's whooping some ass. It's just I don't think he can get there because he doesn't have the wrestling. It's that middle aspect that he needs on the ground, bro. I think he would hold Prates down. I haven't seen Prates show us otherwise yet. He's been smoking motherfuckers. I need to see. I need evidence to support that conclusion. Okay, I haven't seen enough evidence of what Prates does on his back yet. Is Neil Magny the guy to show us? I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna do Sopaj with Robertson minus 122. If you do add the over in the Dalby fight, now you got plus 130, I believe. Let me double check it. Boom, boom, boom. Plus 127. Excuse me. There we go. Little 3-play live on the show.
Boom.
Boom.
AJ hit you with the 3-piece. I hit you with the soda. Those are the parlays for UFC Fight Night, Magny versus Prates. And you know what? We're going to have some fun on Saturday. All right. Will we know who the president is by Saturday? I hope so. I hope they get this thing wrapped up, and it'll be an exciting week. I'm going to go live right now. I'm going to do most confident picks. I'm going to record a video tonight for Alta. AJ, do you know what Alta is?
Alta? You talking about the skincare? What are you talking
All
about?
right, guys. Peace. We're out. No, Alta. It's okay that you don't know what it is.
What is it?
It's where people who have never fought, people who have never competed in martial arts get an opportunity to train. It was with Coach Kavanaugh and Conor McGregor's whole team, and they fought like another team. I remember Daniel Cormier was into it. There was Gilbert Melendez had a team, and they were training people who've never fought before, and then they fought each other. And it was like a 3-month camp, and you would train like a fighter and get an opportunity to compete.
Oh shit!
And the idea was, you get to learn martial arts and go in there and risk your fucking life, and you get something out of it at the other end. Well, guess what? Alta has made its way to UFC Gym Huntington Beach. So I will be coaching a team of non-fighters to get into their first ever mixed martial arts fight. It's UFC Gym Huntington Beach versus UFC Gym Costa Mesa. I will be doing commentary with somebody you all know on the event. So I just realized
I already know who it is, Finch.
Hey, what's that?
I already know who it is. I could guess off the top of my head. I know who's a Costa Mesa guy. I know.
All right, chill on the guess. It is not Cub Swanson. Cub Swanson will be cornering his team at UFC Gym Costa Mesa. So essentially, it's Cub Swanson's team versus my team. What team are you fucking on? Let's go, folks. UFC Gym Huntington Beach. Alta's going down right now. You can sign up to compete in the event. Be on my team. Hit me up. Let's get you in.
Let's go, Finch. Let's do it. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool.
It'll be super fun. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. The fight camp starts December 2nd. So if you're in the Southern California region, hit me up.
What does it entail? Like, what are you doing?
You get training. So we are going to have Jiu-Jitsu black belt Jamie Fletcher, Jiu-Jitsu black belt Jordan Gold, Street Beefs fighter Raheem the Dream. We got, AOJ, Art of Jiu-Jitsu brown belt Lucas. I mean, a lot of really good team of martial arts coaches that we're going to put together, and we have morning classes and night classes strictly for the Alta folks to get them ready, like a fight camp. So 6 a.m., 6 p.m., Monday through Friday. And we're going to make a fight camp. It's like a 3-month fight camp for them starting in December. And I'll be a part of it too.
That's it. Fuck yeah, Finch. That's dope, dude. I'm excited for you, man. I'm excited to see how it goes.
Thank you, dude.
Shout out our boy, $4.99. Yo, boy, it's my birthday today. Finch, please continue to bless my pockets with cash this weekend.
Hey, let's go. Mara Mo, jump into the premium channel. It sounds like you already are, so thank you for coming. I drop my bets every single week. My lock, my parlay, my 3 most confident plays, premium plays, and those are bets. So I'll be talking picks on the next show. I hope you're there. And then I'll be talking bets over on the Telegram. Maramo, I appreciate you being there, buddy. Thank you. And by the way, Maramo, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dude in the frog hat. Happy birthday to you.
Let's go. Maramo, thank you, brother. Happy birthday. Finch, man, I put the link to your show in the live chat. People go check it out. We're going to sign off. Finch man's got his show to do in about 9 minutes. So make sure
you already know. You saw it. You saw it. It's pending. You saw that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's because AJ took so long. He's scratching his Kamala Harris ticket on the on the votes list. So he was taking so long to come out. I'm like, fuck it. I'll set the stream up. So I hope you all are there. Let's go.
Let's go. Guys, check out the Finch. We appreciate you. Smash the likes here if you're new, subscribe. Daily content coming on the channel. I dropped a video earlier today talking about Shavkat Rakhmonov and the potential Usman fight, as well as his conspiracy about Bilal being back to training and maybe not being as injured as advertised. Check that video out.
You saw that toe?
The most recent. That toe looked nasty. It looked gross as hell. I never want to see it again, but I've had to see it a few times, man.
He pulled out for the toe. He had a fucking broken toe.
He pulled a McGregor at this point, man. That's it.
And then McGregor had a toe problem with Chandler, right? For those of you that don't know, McGregor roasted RDA for pulling out of their title fight after he absolutely destroyed his toe at King's MMA. That's you know what? If you don't have a toe, it's hard to get into like a championship level fist fight. It is. So let's give Bilal his grace. That fight will eventually happen.
Let's go. Thanks for watching, guys. We're signing out. Good night, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.